Countdown to 2036, India's AMCA to challenge China's advanced 6th-gen fighters with Su-57 tech transfer. As the defense landscape in Asia evolves rapidly, India is gearing up to confront the challenges posed by China's military advancements, particularly in the realm of aviation. The impending deadline of 2036 for the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft AMCA program has intensified the urgency for India to enhance its air combat capabilities, especially in light of China's recent unveiling of its 6th-generation stealth fighter, the J-36. China's J-36, a new era in military aviation. In December 2024, China showcased its advanced J-36 fighter jet designed with a tailless delta-wing configuration and equipped with cutting-edge stealth technology. This aircraft not only emphasizes stealth but also integrates unmanned systems, positioning it as a formidable threat to regional air superiority. The J-36 represents a significant leap in China's military aviation, embodying a strategic push to assert dominance over critical regions including the South and East China Seas. The J-36's capabilities parallel those of the U.S. Next Generation Air Dominance (NGAD) initiative, marking a significant shift toward autonomous and networked systems in contested environments. This development places immense pressure on India, urging it to accelerate its own defense modernization efforts to maintain a competitive edge. India's AMCA program, a race against time. India's AMCA program, with a budget of 15,000 rupees crores, aims to develop a 5th-generation fighter aircraft capable of advanced stealth and supercruise capabilities. Initially approved in 2020, for the timeline for achieving a prototype by 2026 and operational readiness in the 2030s faces obstacles due to technological challenges in propulsion systems and stealth materials. These hurdles have raised concerns about the program's viability and the potential for delays. Adding to the pressure, Pakistan has plans to acquire 40 J-35 stealth fighters, which, coupled with China's advancements, further complicates India's strategic landscape. The fear of losing air superiority to a combined Chinese-Pakistani front underscores the urgency for India to expedite its defense initiatives. Russia's proposal: co-production of the Su-57. In response to India's pressing defense needs, Russia has proposed co-production of its Su-57 fighter jet. UAC's CEO Vadim Badeka noted the potential benefits of this collaboration, emphasizing that the Su-57 is combat-proven and showcases advanced capabilities that could enhance India's air combat profile in the short term. However, this proposal raises critical questions about India's commitment to its indigenous AMCA initiative. The prospect of acquiring the Su-57 as an interim solution has sparked a debate within defense circles in India. Former Indian Air Force Air Marshal Anil Chopra highlighted the dilemma: whether to rely solely on the AMCA, which is years away from deployment, or to integrate the Su-57 into the Indian Air Force IAF to maintain air superiority. Strategic implications and challenges. The acquisition of the Su-57 could provide immediate reinforcement to the IAF, ensuring that India remains competitive in the regional arms race. However, this move carries risks. The allocation of resources to the Su-57 might detract from the AMCA's development, potentially delaying its timeline even further. Additionally, the integration of a foreign fighter into the IAF's fleet could complicate operational logistics and interoperability. Moreover, the technological transfer associated with the Su-57 poses its own challenges. Relying on Russian systems could create dependencies that undermine India's long-term goal of achieving self-sufficiency in defense manufacturing. Critics argue that engaging with the Su-57 could dampen the urgency behind developing the AMCA and foster a culture of dependency on foreign technology. A path forward: balancing immediate needs with long-term goals. While the urgency to respond to China's advancements is clear, Indian policymakers recognize the need for a balanced approach. Accelerating the AMCA's timeline is crucial, but interim solutions are equally essential. This could involve acquiring advanced aircraft like the Rafale F-4, upgrading existing platforms and enhancing capabilities with drones to maintain air superiority during the transition period. Strengthening domestic R&D, particularly in autonomous systems and advanced propulsion, is vital. Collaborative efforts with strategic partners, including potential joint ventures and technology sharing agreements, could bolster India's aerospace ecosystem. Adopting rapid prototyping and production methodologies similar to China's approach could also mitigate delays and ensure competitiveness. Conclusion: the stakes for India. As India navigates these complex challenges, the stakes are high. The introduction of China's J-36 serves as a stark reminder of the rapid advancements in military aviation and the need for India to ensure timely delivery of the AMCA. With air power central to modern military strategy, delays could have significant consequences. The decision to potentially procure the Su-57 will ultimately be a balancing act between meeting immediate operational needs and pursuing long-term self-reliance. India's response to the evolving strategic landscape will shape its future air combat capabilities and define its position in the regional power dynamics for years to come. As the countdown to 2036 continues, the choices made now will determine whether India emerges as a formidable air power in the face of growing challenges or falls behind in the race for aerial dominance in Asia. The content presents several counterintuitive pieces of information surrounding India's Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft AMCA program and its implications in the face of China's military advancements. Below are the key counterintuitive insights identified in the content. 1. Perception of Russian technology. While the prevailing sentiment may be that India should focus on developing its own indigenous fighter jets for self-reliance, the proposal to co-produce the Su-57 fighter jet with Russia is seen as a pragmatic solution. This contrasts with India's long-standing goal of achieving technological independence. The idea that relying on a foreign fighter could be a necessary step to maintain air superiority is counterintuitive to the narrative of self-sufficiency. 2. Potential dependency on Russian systems. Although proponents argue that acquiring the Su-57 could enhance India's understanding of fifth-generation technology, critics point out that this could lead to a dependency on Russian military hardware. This dependency contradicts India's objective of becoming self-sufficient in defense manufacturing, suggesting that short-term gains may undermine long-term strategic goals. 3. Interim solution versus long-term commitment. The notion of using the Su-57 as an interim solution raises questions about the commitment to the AMCA program. It is counterintuitive to think that purchasing a foreign fighter might actually slow down the development of an indigenous aircraft. While the Su-57 may provide immediate capabilities, it could also reduce the urgency and resources devoted to the AMCA program, thus delaying its long-term objectives. For a resource allocation dilemma, the decision to potentially divert resources towards the Su-57 acquisition comes at a time when India's defense budget is already stretched. The idea that investing in a foreign aircraft could detract from the indigenous AMCA program contradicts the expectation that a nation should prioritize its own defense capabilities first. 5. Technological learning opportunities versus operational challenges. The argument that operating the Su-57 could provide valuable insights into advanced technologies is countered by the practical challenges of integrating a foreign system into the Indian Air Force IAF. While theoretically beneficial, the operational complexities and potential integration issues could exacerbate existing challenges rather than simplify them. 6. Geopolitical dynamics and regional air superiority. The urgency for India to respond to China's J-36 and Pakistan's acquisition of J-35 fighters introduces a paradox where immediate military threats could necessitate reliance on foreign technology. This urgency might lead India to make decisions that conflict with its long-term strategic framework, which emphasizes self-reliance and indigenous development. 7. Balancing ambition with pragmatism. The call for India to balance its ambitious defense goals with pragmatic decisions is inherently contradictory. The content suggests that India must accelerate its AMCA program while also considering interim measures like the Su-57. This duality emphasizes the tension between visionary goals and the practical realities of defense procurement. 8. Operational overlap and future force structure. The introduction of the Su-57 could complicate the IAF's future force structure. The idea that incorporating a foreign fighter could create operational overlap and complicate logistics is counterintuitive to the expectation that new acquisitions should streamline and enhance capabilities. These insights reveal a complex interplay between strategic ambitions and practical considerations in India's defense landscape. The discussion around the AMCA and Su-57 demonstrates how immediate needs can conflict with long-term goals of self-reliance and technological independence. In the context of India's Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft AMCA program, several nuanced aspects of the ongoing developments may not receive the attention they deserve but are critical to understanding the strategic implications for India's air combat capabilities and defense policy. 1. Technological dependency versus self-reliance. One of the most significant yet often overlooked issues is the potential dependency on Russian technology if India opts for the co-production of the Su-57. While the immediate acquisition of advanced fighter capabilities through the Su-57 may seem advantageous, it could create long-term ramifications for India's defense self-reliance. Historically, India's defense projects have encountered challenges due to technology transfer limitations and operational integration issues. The AMCA program was initiated with the goal of achieving independence in defense manufacturing, and a pivot toward the Su-57 risks undermining this ambition. This dependency may limit India's ability to innovate and develop indigenous technologies, crucial for future air combat scenarios where adaptability and homegrown solutions are paramount. Furthermore, integrating Russian systems could lead to interoperability issues with Western technologies, which India has shown interest in, particularly in light of its defense partnerships with countries like the United States. 2. Strategic timing and regional dynamics. The timeline for the AMCA's prototype development and operational readiness is another critical factor. The urgency imposed by China's advancements in military aviation, particularly with the J-36 and Pakistan's acquisition of J-35 fighters, creates a pressing need for India to reassess its strategic priorities. The juxtaposition of a potentially operational Su-57 against the delayed AMCA could lead to a situation where India finds itself in a reactive posture rather than a proactive one. The strategic timing of these developments is crucial. If India delays the AMCA program in favor of the Su-57, it risks entering a cycle of reactive defense strategies, potentially ceding air superiority to both China and Pakistan. This could significantly alter the balance of power in the region, making it imperative for India to expedite its indigenous development while simultaneously considering interim solutions strategically. 3. Impact on future defense budget allocations. India's defense budget is stretched across multiple high-priority programs, and committing significant financial resources to the Su-57 could divert funds away from the AMCA. This resource allocation dilemma is often understated but has lasting implications on the development timelines and capabilities of India's indigenous programs. If the acquisition of the Su-57 leads to budget constraints for the AMCA, it could further exacerbate the existing technological hurdles the program faces, delaying its timeline and affecting India's long-term defense posture. The potential for budgetary reallocation to foreign platforms could also diminish the urgency and political will to advance domestic production capabilities, which are integral to achieving strategic autonomy. 4. Operational complexity and force structure. The introduction of the Su-57 could complicate the Indian Air Force's IAF operational landscape. Integrating a foreign fighter into the existing fleet requires a re-evaluation of force structure, training, maintenance, and logistics. These operational complexities are often glossed over in discussions surrounding the acquisition of advanced platforms. Moreover, the operational overlap between the Su-57 and the AMCA could lead to confusion and inefficiencies within the IAF. If both aircraft occupy similar roles, it could result in a fragmented operational strategy, hindering India's ability to develop a cohesive air combat doctrine that fully leverages the strengths of each platform. 5. Broader implications for defense partnerships. The potential co-production of the Su-57 also has implications for India's broader defense partnerships. Engaging in deeper cooperation with Russia could alienate other partners, particularly Western nations, who may view this as a shift away from India's strategic alignment with the West. This situation underscores the need for a balanced approach in defense procurement that aligns with India's geopolitical ambitions while maintaining strong ties with diverse partners. The nuances of these relationships are often overshadowed by immediate tactical considerations, yet they are vital for India's long-term strategic positioning. 6. Learning curve and knowledge transfer. While some proponents argue that operating the Su-57 could provide valuable insights into fifth-generation technologies, this perspective overlooks the potential drawbacks of relying on foreign systems for knowledge transfer. The lessons learned from operating a foreign aircraft may not automatically translate into capabilities for the AMCA, particularly if the systems and technologies are fundamentally different. The focus on learning from foreign platforms can inadvertently diminish the emphasis on developing indigenous capabilities. This could lead to a situation where India's defense industry remains reliant on external sources for advanced technologies rather than fostering homegrown innovation, which is essential for long-term security and strategic autonomy. Conclusion. The challenges and opportunities surrounding India's AMCA program and the potential acquisition of the Su-57 are complex and multifaceted. Overlooking the implications of technological dependency, operational complexity, and strategic partnerships could lead to significant challenges for India's defense posture in the coming decades. As India navigates its path toward achieving self-reliance in defense manufacturing, it must carefully weigh the immediate benefits of foreign acquisitions against the long-term goals of enhancing its indigenous capabilities and ensuring a robust national defense strategy. The decisions made today will undoubtedly shape the future of India's air combat capabilities and its standing in the regional and global defense landscape. 1. Technological challenges and strategic implications of AMCA development. India's AMCA program is pivotal for its defense self-reliance, with a budget of 15,000 rupees crores aimed at realizing an indigenous fifth-generation fighter by the 2030s. However, the program faces significant technological hurdles, particularly in propulsion systems and stealth coatings. These challenges not only threaten the timeline for prototype development targeted for 2026 but also raise concerns about India's ability to maintain air superiority in light of China's advancements, such as the J-36 stealth fighter. The urgency of resolving these technological issues is further amplified by Pakistan's plans to acquire J-35 fighters, which complicates India's strategic scenario. This situation necessitates a critical examination of India's defense modernization efforts and highlights the risks associated with delays in developing advanced military capabilities. 2. The co-production offer of the Su-57 and its implications. Russia's proposal for co-production of the Su-57 fighter jet with India introduces a complex dynamic in India's defense strategy. While the Su-57 is a combat-proven aircraft that could address immediate air superiority needs, its acquisition raises questions about the long-term commitment to the indigenous AMCA program. Experts suggest that relying on the Su-57 might divert essential resources and attention from the AMCA, potentially leading to operational complexities within the Indian Air Force IAF. Furthermore, the integration challenges associated with adopting Russian technology could foster a dependency on foreign systems, which contradicts India's aspirations for self-sufficiency in defense manufacturing. This scenario compels an in-depth analysis of the trade-offs between interim capabilities and long-term strategic goals. 3. Regional airpower dynamics and strategic decision-making. The evolving air power landscape in Asia, particularly with China's introduction of the J-36 and Pakistan's acquisition of J-35 fighters, poses significant challenges for India. The dual-front threat underscores the need for India to recalibrate its defense strategies and consider immediate solutions to maintain air superiority. The potential acquisition of the Su-57 as a stopgap measure raises critical strategic questions. Should India prioritize short-term capabilities at the expense of its long-term goals? How can India balance the need for immediate operational readiness with its ambition for an indigenous fighter program? Such considerations highlight the importance of strategic decision-making in a rapidly changing geopolitical environment and the necessity of aligning defense procurement with comprehensive national security strategies. 4. Lessons from global aerospace developments and future directions. India's defense landscape is not only shaped by regional competitors but also by global advancements in military aviation. The developments in sixth-generation fighters like China's J-36, the U.S. Next-Generation Air Dominance and GAD initiative, and European programs like FCAS and Tempest illustrate a global shift towards integrated systems that emphasize automation and networked operations. For India, learning from these initiatives could enhance the AMCA program by incorporating advanced technologies such as manned-unmanned teaming MUMT and autonomous systems. This global perspective urges India to rethink its approach to defense modernization, encouraging partnerships, technology sharing, and innovative methodologies that expedite the development of next-generation capabilities while ensuring alignment with its strategic objectives. 1. The F-35 Joint Strike Fighter Program. United States. The F-35 program represents a significant multinational effort to develop a fifth-generation stealth fighter aircraft. Initially conceived in the 1990s, the program aimed to provide advanced capabilities to the U.S. military and its allies. Similar to India's AMCA initiative, the F-35 faced numerous technological challenges and cost overruns during its development. The program has been criticized for its complexity and the delay in operational deployment, yet it has made strides in integrating advanced technologies such as stealth sensor fusion and networked warfare capabilities. The F-35 has become a cornerstone of modern air combat strategy, reflecting the challenges of balancing indigenous development with international collaboration. 2. The Eurofighter Typhoon Program. Europe. The Eurofighter Typhoon is a collaborative project involving multiple European nations including the UK, Germany, Italy, and Spain. Launched in the 1980s, it aimed to create a technologically advanced air superiority fighter. The project encountered delays and budgetary challenges similar to those faced by India's AMCA program. The Eurofighter's development highlighted the complexities of multinational defense projects, including technology transfer issues and operational interoperability among partner nations. Like the AMCA, the Typhoon was designed to counter evolving threats but required significant cooperation and co-production efforts across national lines. 3. The Sukhoi Su-57. Russia. The Su-57 is Russia's first stealth fifth-generation fighter aircraft developed to compete with Western aircraft like the F-22 and F-35. Its development began in the early 2000s and has faced delays and budget constraints similar to those of India's AMCA. The Su-57 program has undergone various iterations and changes in design philosophy, aiming to integrate advanced avionics stealth features and supercruise capabilities. This fighter also embodies the challenges of balancing indigenous capabilities with reliance on foreign technology and systems, paralleling India's current dilemma regarding the potential acquisition of the Su-57 while pursuing its own AMCA program. The operational experiences of the Su-57 in conflicts have provided valuable lessons in modern aerial combat, much like what India seeks through its defense initiatives. Countdown to 2036, Future Outlook on India's Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft AMCA and its strategic implications. As India moves towards its 2036 goal for the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft AMCA program, the geopolitical landscape is shifting dramatically, particularly with China's advancements in military aviation exemplified by its sixth-generation fighter, the J-36. This section explores the future implications of India's AMCA amid these developments, considering technological, strategic, and geopolitical dimensions. Technological developments. 1. AMCA progress and challenges. The AMCA aims to incorporate advanced stealth supercruise capabilities in state-of-the-art avionics. However, significant challenges remain, notably in propulsion systems and stealth technologies. The urgency for technological breakthroughs is critical, especially as prototype development is slated for completion by 2026. If India can overcome these hurdles, the AMCA could emerge as a formidable platform for air superiority by the early 2030s. 2. Su-57 co-production proposal. Russia's offer to co-produce the Su-57 with India presents both opportunities and challenges. On one hand, it could provide India with immediate access to fifth-generation technology and combat experience. On the other hand, it raises concerns about potential dependency on Russian systems, jeopardizing India's long-term goal of self-reliance in defense manufacturing. The key will be to leverage any collaboration to enhance indigenous capabilities without detracting from the AMCA's development. 3. Integration of unmanned systems. The future of air combat inevitably includes the integration of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, and loyal wingman concepts. India will need to invest in research and development in these areas to ensure that the AMCA remains relevant in a rapidly evolving battlefield landscape. This could involve partnerships with countries that are leading in drone technology, such as the United States and Israel. Strategic considerations. 1. Maintaining air superiority. With Pakistan's acquisition of J-35 stealth fighters, India faces a pressing need to enhance its air combat capabilities. The AMCA is critical to this strategy, but interim solutions such as the Su-57 could provide a stopgap until the AMCA enters service. This dual-track approach must be managed carefully to avoid resource diversion that could delay the AMCA. 2. Geopolitical dynamics. The evolving geopolitical landscape, particularly the strengthening of China-Pakistan military ties, compels India to reassess its defense strategy continually. The AMCA's development and potential acquisition of the Su-57 must be viewed in the context of a broader strategy to counterbalance regional threats and ensure national security. 3. International collaboration. Future success may hinge on India's ability to forge strategic partnerships beyond Russia. Collaborating with Western nations, particularly in areas of technology transfer and joint development, could enhance India's defense capabilities while reducing reliance on a single supplier. This approach would diversify India's military procurement and foster innovation in its defense industry. Economic implications. 1. Defense budget constraints. India's defense budget is already stretched across multiple high-priority programs. Strategic prioritization will be crucial as the country navigates its path forward. Investing in the AMCA while exploring the Su-57 option requires a thorough assessment of cost-effectiveness and potential returns on investment. 2. Domestic manufacturing growth. The success of the AMCA program is pivotal for India's Make in India initiative. By focusing on indigenous capabilities, India can stimulate economic growth, create jobs, and reduce dependency on foreign military hardware. The realization of the AMCA could also position India as a significant player in the global defense market, particularly in the context of rising demand for advanced military aircraft. 3. Long-term sustainability. The sustainability of India's defense industrial base will depend on successful program execution and the establishment of a robust ecosystem for research and development. Continued investment in education and technology is essential to cultivate a skilled workforce capable of driving future innovations in aerospace. Conclusion: a balancing act. India's journey towards achieving air superiority by 2036 with the AMCA program is fraught with challenges and opportunities. The immediate focus must be on overcoming technological hurdles while considering viable interim solutions such as the potential acquisition of the Su-57. However, it is critical that these short-term strategies do not undermine India's long-term goals of self-reliance and indigenous capability development. The decisions made in the coming years will shape India's military landscape for decades. A proactive, balanced approach that embraces technological innovation, strategic partnerships, and economic sustainability will be essential for India to navigate the complexities of future air combat and maintain its position as a regional power in a rapidly evolving security environment. The outcome of these endeavors will significantly influence the balance of air power in Asia and beyond.